A lot of these women, they need to be taught and they need to be guided.
Absolutely not. It's crazy because men be running around here worried about women cooking and teaching a woman how to cook when the whole time they need that woman, they should let that woman teach them how to fucking read.
As long as she has a great attitude and she's teachable, you can take that diamond in the rough and you can polish her into a good.
Who really believes this man knows anything about women? Why are men shocked that women aren't interested in marrying men? You can't be shocked. You can't be shocked. Listening to how men talk about what they expect from a woman and then listening to what men are willing to give a woman would pretty much scare any woman away from marriage. Men are always looking for servitude when it comes to marriage. Always. Like I won't. I'm sorry, being hyperbolic. All right, I got to be careful because y'all will really like the men's will really act like I really mean every man and every woman when I don't. But the vast majority of the time, men want and expect servitude from a woman when it comes to marriage, when it comes to long term relationships. And in return, they give the woman next to nothing. They don't provide. They don't show up emotionally. They don't show up mentally. They don't show up physically. They don't do the labor in the home, outside the home, whatever the case may be, right? In no capacity is this relationship reciprocal or beneficial to the woman in the vast majority of cases. But you have men coming out here talking about how they want a woman to do everything that his mama did for him and then don't hold him accountable for anything or don't expect anything back in return. It's really ridiculous. And then when women don't want to get married, they blame it on everything but the behaviors of men. Oh, it's the culture. Oh, it's the no, it's us. It's us. Listen, why would a woman sign up for this? Why what is appealing about being in a relationship with a man that thinks like this?
All right, fellas, it's time to cut the bullshit. Let's be real here. Most men want a traditional woman. Most men want a woman that knows how to cook and will cook for him every day when he comes home from work or just period on a regular, consistent basis. But the real question is, how many of y'all actually know how to cook yourselves? Now, the reason I'm asking this is because you have to understand a lot of these women don't come from households where they have a traditional family system. And a lot of these women, they need to be taught and they need to be guided.
Absolutely not. But why? I'm why do you guys act like women and men don't come from the same places? a if a lot of these women don't come from those homes, a lot of men don't either. Because we have sisters and they have brothers. It's not like women have different parents than men. We have the same parents. So if a lot of women aren't coming from these traditional homes, then a lot of men aren't either. Right? And if the take here is women aren't coming from traditional homes, therefore they don't know how to cook, then men wouldn't know how to cook. So why would men be the ones to teach? Like it just doesn't make any sense. It's just stupid.
Unfortunately, times are not what they used to be. Unfortunately, back in the old days, a woman knew how to cook, and that was just a societal norm or societal standard. Realistic guys, finding a woman that has this value or this virtue is like finding a needle in a haystack. So let's be real here. If you actually find a woman and you actually lock in and you actually want to build with her and you can actually live and cohabitate with her, just because she does not know how to cook should not be a deal breaker for you guys. Instead, your job as a man is to teach that woman how to cook. And the reason I say this,
It's crazy because men be running around here worried about women cooking and teaching a woman how to cook when the whole time they need that woman, they should let that woman teach them how to fucking read. Like, which one would you prefer to be in? A lot of y'all men don't mind being in a relationship with a illiterate woman, but which one do you think is more important? Being in a relationship with a functionally illiterate man, or being in a relationship with a woman that doesn't want to learn how to cook? Because everybody knows how to cook, but being in a relationship with a woman that doesn't want to learn how to cook. You know what I mean? It's hilarious to me. The things that men care about over and over and over again: servitude, 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 servitude. Women, equity, 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 equity. Safety, 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 safety. Men, servitude, 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 servitude. You're not seeing why we're not aligned? And who needs to adjust? You think the women need to adjust? No. I think equity and safety are much better things to be looking for in a relationship than servitude. I'm sorry.
Is because you're going to have to teach her how to cook in the way that you like her to cook for you. Now, I do understand all women are not teachable, so just keep following here. The ones that are teachable, the ones that are willing to learn, the ones that are willing to listen, that just don't know how to do certain things that you like, these are the ones that you need to lock in with and get a lot closer and spend more time with. Because as long as she has a great student mentality, as long as she has a great attitude, and she's teachable, you can take that diamond in the rough and you can polish her into a good.
Who really believes this man knows anything about women? This man that's talking on his phone, driving in the rain with a Detroit Lions hat on, with a sweater over his work uniform, in a car that ain't got a stitch of leather in it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the classism, but let's be for real. What do you know? You're like 19 years old. You don't have a wife. You probably don't have any kids. You don't take care of anybody but yourself. You might have a roommate. You might have an apartment by yourself, or you live with your parents. You know what I mean? Like, let's be for real. What do you know? What do you know about taking care of a woman? What do you know? What do you know about training a woman? What do you know? That's the thing that always blows my mind. Red pill men they will listen to anybody. It could literally be I bet anything. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start creating red pill content. And the person that's gonna be talking is going to be a 12-year-old boy. Wait for it. I'm gonna make a whole page. I'm gonna use AI. It's gonna be a 12-year-old boy using red pill talking points. And watch how many men, grown men, like those videos. I bet anything. That's a test. I'm gonna do that. I promise. I promise I'm going to do that. Absolutely, I'm gonna start doing that. Yep, absolutely. Because I want to prove that men will listen to anybody that confirms their biases. Anybody. They don't care what they look. They don't care. What advice could this young man be giving you? You a 35-year-old man. What are you listening to this kid for? What are you listening to this kid for? I swear to you, I'm not saying that the youth don't have anything to offer. I'm not saying that at all. Anybody can have wisdom, and just because you old don't mean you're wise. Don't get me. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying once you start to listen to what the person is saying, you're like, all right, he's a dummy, and then you're like, all right, I can tell why. He's freaking like 23 years old. You know what I'm saying? He ain't ever experienced nothing. Whatever. He just talking for attention. Cool. You would think you would have the discernment to figure that out if you're a fully functioning adult man. I don't expect another 23-year-old man his age to figure that out. But most of y'all be older and buying into this nonsense. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. Nothing about this man gives off that he knows anything about women whatsoever. Nothing. Zero. Crazy work.
Solid woman. But understand, guys, it's going to take some work. It's going to take some frustration. It's going to take some shaping and some molding because society has us completely fucked. And things that are required for basic survival are no longer required by basic societal norms. This might go over some of y'all heads and this might actually piss some of y'all off. But understand, man, if you want a certain type of woman to do certain types of things for you, sometimes you first have to show her how to do these things and then give the responsibility, give the reins to her.
In what world are men teaching women? I mean, cooking is honestly because he's a child. So yeah, maybe you're 20 something years old. You get with some young girls, 19, 20-year-old, whatever, right? That's fine. Maybe you're a better cook. I'm an above average cook. No, for sure. I'm an above average cook. Like I can cook better than most people, no doubt about it. But that like I've taught many people how to cook. You know what I'm saying? I've taught a good amount of people how to cook. And I've taught people how to cook better. People that like knew how to cook, knew the basics or whatever, and I've taught them how to cook better. You know what I mean? But it's you acting like this is such like a serious thing, playing this goofy ass music, like, oh, you're gonna have to mold her and shape. Like men love talking like that about women, like women are children. All right, teach her how to make a fucking souffle or whatever the fuck, a steak and eggs whole time. What do you eat? What do you eat? Steamed broccoli, asparagus, maybe? Like you ain't, y'all niggas act like y'all really be up here eating like that. Y'all be eating Hot Pockets and frozen burritos 90% of the time. Knock it the fuck off.
If any of y'all ever have daughters, I want y'all to think about this, right? If any of y'all ever have daughters, there will come a day when you have to teach your daughter how to drive that car. Right now, some of the women that you guys are dealing with haven't had that experience with their father on how to drive that car. Some of the women haven't even had the experience of how to cook in the kitchen for their man. It's time for you to enter your divine masculine and teach that woman how to take control and responsibility. It's time for you as the man, the head of the household, the head of the relationship, to teach that woman home economics. It's your responsibility and it's your duty to ensure she has all the tools and the resources needed and required to provide the meals that
It was a crazy video. That man yapped for damn near 4 minutes, over saying the same thing over and over again. You need to teach a woman how to cook. Dog, wrap it up, y'all. Wrap it up. It's over. It's over. Men are cooked. And this is why, or this is an example of why, how like women, you know, it's like pick me women or whatever the case may be, how these men weaponize anything that a woman says when they agree with the man. That's why I don't agree with men. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I just don't go on these dudes' posts and agree with them. Not because I like want to agree and I don't, but I don't do it in many. It's hard to agree with them because as soon as you give them an inch, they try to blow it up and be like, oh, see, I was right about everything. And I'm like, nah, bro, you're not. And then just because a woman says something or agrees with them, then now they're going to run with it and act like they were right up. Like, dude, you are an idiot. Just because this other woman who probably isn't that bright is agreeing with you does not mean you were right. You're still a dummy.
Shit. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. She might actually be on to something. And the craziest thing.
Let's read this, y'all. Let's read this. It says, I fully disagree. A wife material woman knows how to cook, and if she don't, she takes a class or look at videos to cook. It's not a man's job to teach no woman to cook. Yes, he can tell her how he like his food done and whatnot. I'm guessing that's it cuts off right there. No. Yeah, it's not a woman's job to teach it. It's not a man's job to teach a woman how to cook. If he wants to teach her, fine, but it's not a man's job. But most women know how to cook. Most women, whether it's good or bad, most women know how to cook. Right? Most women know how to cook. That is a survival skill. Most women know how to cook. It is far more likely that a woman would teach a man how to cook than a man would teach a woman how to cook. Let's just be honest. Women are tasked with the responsibility of cooking in their homes far more than boys are. Far more. Girls cook for their brothers, cook for their sisters, things of that nature. Girls clean up more. Girls do the majority of the labor in the home compared to their brothers. I don't know why we are all of a sudden living in a fucking fairy tale world where boys know how to cook, you know, where they're the ones that are cooking. Like, what story where is there where that's similar to Cinderella but a boy? You know what I'm saying? Cinderella was because girls are treated like that. Cinderella was relatable on some level because girls are treated like that. Let's be for real.
Thing is, this is a woman saying this. So y'all tell me what y'all think about this message. Cause I don't know for real. She's saying y'all supposed to come ready. Like, This supposed to be a default class. Ain't nothing else required for this. So I don't know, man. Y'all heard it straight from the horse's mouth. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this situation, cause somebody got some explaining to do. Drop below in the comments how you feel about this comment. Because I ain't gonna lie. After everything I said, I kind of almost somewhat agree with this to a certain extent. But I just want to know what y'all think. Let me know.
Well, you already know what I think. I think you're an idiot, but yeah. Yeah, women will teach themselves how to cook and all that. Like, I can agree with that part. Like, you don't need to teach a woman because she'll learn on her own. But why not? I mean, if you, in theory, though, if you know how to cook, nothing's wrong with teaching your wife how to cook or your woman how to cook. That's fine. That's a fun experience to have, you know? But most women know how to cook. That's the point. The point is that most women know how to cook. And here's the thing, whether men know how to cook or not, men still require women to cook for them when they get in relationships. A man could be the better cook, but you would never know because as soon as he gets into a relationship with a girl or a woman, he expects her to do all of the cooking and all the labor in the home. A man could be the better cleaner, but he won't, he'll weaponize his incompetence and all of a sudden get amnesia and not know how to clean up. That's the bigger issue. It's not if women can or what. It's not it. It's that men don't step up and men need to stop relying on women to do all the goddamn labor in the home and in the relationship.